in your closet, in your small office, in the small assignment given to you, how are you carrying it out? So if you must see a better nation, it must start from a small closet.
Very quickly, let us talk about duplication. Do you think we have duplications of ministries, agencies, parastatals in Nigeria? And how can we fight this?
No. That's not, for me, it's no brainer that we have that. As a matter of fact, Oronsai's panel was instituted because of this, and they turned in their report. And one of those things they said that time was that there are a lot of duplications. For example, Nigerian police was supposed to be the only agency of government that should be in charge of law and order. But from there, road safety came out. Road safety is like the department of police that were in charge of traffic control. They came out. From there, we have CID. From CID, we have EFCC. From from the same police, we have a number of SSS. So all those are from the fact that police is not found to be effective in certain things, then we began to duplicate other agencies. The same thing in other areas, like today, we talk about agencies that are in charge of identity. It's only in the recent time that NIMC is trying to unify and ensure that it is brought under one umbrella. But today you see FIO collecting data, road safety doing the same thing. You want to do what's that? Almost everything you want to do, you go to bank, they do BVN, they do all manner of things. Meanwhile, we should just have one agency that will give security number to each Nigerian. As long as you are able to establish that you are a Nigerian, you should have an identification number that only you has with your biometrics. But we don't see that today. We have a lot of different organizations doing the same thing. So I think government can do well by not only that's what some people expect this government to do when it came in, that they will actually reduce the number of but it has not been done. As a matter of fact, instead of reducing the number of ministries, the number of ministries actually increased, and the number of ministers also increased. So depending on what government wants to achieve, I think for me, it's not about the number of ministries. But people believe that, a linear government will be more cost effective. However, in the number of agencies we have, are there 2-3 agencies that are doing similar work? Can they be collapsed to one so that we will reduce the number? They may not necessarily lose jobs.
Right.
Because the obstacles, the amount to maintain buildings, the amount of overheads, all those ones will become one expenditure. The staff could still be maintained so that we don't bring the issue of unemployment, which is always the fear. Even this state police, you will see people in Nigerian police force already saying, does that mean they will lose their job? No. So the first thing that will come to people is that, is there going to be self-preservation for me? Am I going to be affected negatively? So I want to believe that if government is ready, there is a lot they can do to prune down the number of agencies we have, particularly those that are having overlapping functions.
As we gradually come to the end of this discussion this morning, thank you very much for accepting to be here with us today. Let us know your thoughts on what it would look like for us to have, what would success look like? What would it be for you to have a more efficient, a more transparent, a more accountable sector or sectors in Nigeria? What would you say that would look like in Nigeria? And maybe the more to it would be, can we ever have such?
No, the issue is that as a public administrator, I know that the engine room of any development of any nation are their civil service, their public service. So if we continue to do what we need to do, and there is accountability, in the theory of management, there is a school of thought that believe that human beings are generally lazy. They don't want to be stressed. They just want to do things that are convenient for them. And that is why they have to be coerced. They have to be forced to do it. There is another school of thought that believes, no, naturally, human beings can actually do things without being coerced. If you massage their egos, if you motivate them, if you allow them to do things without coercing them, you get the best of them. But it has also become a very important realization today among authorities in this field, that none of these different schools could actually be taken as actually the best. You must understand how to mix the two theories together. Because if you want accountability, there must be wielding of big stick. Are you with me? I just talked about not serving deterrence in Nigeria, and that's why we land ourselves where we are today. There has been a lot of hard times. People have done so many things. Somebody was arrested in Nigeria some years ago, alleged of stealing bogus amount of money, and eventually our court allowed him to do a plea bargaining, and the fine was paid by just him putting his hand in his pocket and paid what the law says he should pay, and he was allowed to go. So those kind of laws have to be revisited. The law that can allow you to steal government money and you go without being asked to do the needful. Yes, you may not be jailed. It's not every time that jail time is the solution. But you must be made to pay for your sin when you commit one.
Thank you very much. He is a public commentator, he is a political analyst, and of course an administrator, Bushin Adeye. Thank you very much for having been here with us today.
Thank you.
And that is the size of it today. The conversation doesn't actually end here. It continues to engage us responsibly and helps us to stay informed through credible sources, and of course to play a very pivotal role in promoting good governance and national development in our country, Nigeria. I am William Anetia, and it has been a wonderful time talking about these all-important subjects. But of course we'll be here tomorrow and we'll continue. Do well to stay tuned and don't go anywhere. This is Razab Africa Show of Razab Media on Global TV. It has been a nice time. Good morning.